Everything from overlanding in your stock rig to full-on LS-powered 2 buggies on stickies. This is the Total Off-Road Podcast. I'm your host, Steve.
And I'm Ian. And thanks for joining us for episode number 74.
Nice.
Yep.
We've made it to episode 74.
74.
We're getting close to 100 episodes.
To a hundo.
Oh, yeah. I had a sweet line that I was going to say after you said that, and now I don't remember what it is.
Should have wrote it down.
Mike says he might be available by 8. I'll be like cracking up if he pops into Discord at 8 and is like, hey, how's it going?
Bye, Felicia.
So I'm going to preface this episode with we are recording remotely. So Ian is in studio. I'm in my office at home, and we are recording this via Discord. I've got all kinds of things running on my computer, hoping that this works. And if it doesn't, Ian is recording over there, I hope.
Yep.
And then we'll have a backup audio in case this doesn't work. I'll just go to his house, get that, and then we'll do that. But anyway, I had some close contact with a COVID haver, so we have to keep distance so that Ian doesn't catch the COVIDs.
Ian doesn't need the COVIDs. Ian can't afford the COVIDs after buying Polaris Razor parts.
If you guys have been on the Trail Riders page, you've seen Ian. Did you post that on there? I think you did, right?
I don't think I posted it anywhere but on my personal page.
Oh, was it only on your personal page?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I thought you shared it on the Trail Riders as well.
No, it's not one of those proud moments. So it's one of those meh.
That's just how it goes sometimes.
It's racing. I mean, it is what it is, but
it's exactly right.
Make it any more fun.
Just let her rip, Tater Chip.
Let her rip, Tater Chip.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to jump right into talking about that? Do you want me to announce the new patrons?
Yeah, just get the new Patreon folks out of the way.
We got 3 new patrons this week.
Trace.
We got Cole Akins. We got, or Atkins. I'm not sure which. I'm going to say it's Akins. Anyway,
the one guy.
Yeah, the one guy.
He knows who Cole, he is.
We got Greg Dorwick and we got Jade Berg. So welcome to Patreon. We really appreciate your support. If you guys are interested in checking out the Patreon and want to join, the place to go is www.patreon.com/Total Off-Road Podcast. We say this on every episode and like we give them the address, but let's be honest, it's in the show notes. Literally open your show notes right now.
Click it.
And it's the first thing after like what the show is. The first link is the Patreon link.
Yep.
So super easy to find. If you guys want to go check it out and see what's going on over there, for $1 gets you all the information. For $10, you could win our quarterly giveeway.
Yeah.
So, which we got another one of those coming up here pretty quick.
It is coming May soon. Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Sounds right.
Is that right?
I don't know.
I think so. Something up end of May, end of June, one of the two. I'll have to look into it. Nonetheless, we're going to give some more stuff away. Mo money. So that'll be good. Yep. All right. So you went and did race golf cart things this weekend.
Yes.
And you did not meet your goal.
No.
Damn it.
Yes.
Leave something for next time.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. Give you goals for next time.
Yeah. Yep. They'll be the same goals as this time. Except they'll probably be don't hit the tree added to the goal list.
That may be to the goal. All right. So take me through this. You guys went up to Michigan.
You
and the wife
drove up to Cope-Miche, Michigan.
Did you take the C class? I take it.
Took the coach, the race car trailer, and the race car.
The race car has its own trailer?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same trailer I use for my trail rig, but when it hauls a race car, you call it a race car trailer.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah. Proper race car terminology things. Get it right.
Okay. I'm with you now.
If I sell you a trailer, cool. If I sell you a race car trailer, you're like, damn. It's all about adding value.
Yeah, absolutely. So you went up to Cope-Miche, Michigan, and
it's like a 6-hour drive.
That's pretty good. So you guys went to go do race car things?
Yeah, it was the first Jacob with Off-Road Anonymous, who this time when I talked to him, I did actually know who he was and We didn't have that issue again.
Oh, that's good. So you actually did meet
I
the
did
Jacob this
finally
time.
get to like legitimately meet him and talk to him a few different times throughout the weekend. So
Excellent.
that's good. He tried to give me his razor twice. I'm at this point, I'm still unsure on why I didn't take him up on that offer. But I guess what's done is done, I suppose.
Right. You should have.
I should have. Yeah.
You should take that thing for a drive. It's full blown, isn't it?
Oh yeah. He wanted to like literally trade my razor for his razor. So
Yes.
yeah.
Party on.
Yeah. Yep. So anyway, he's been up badgering, well, really both of us to come race our stuff up there.
Right.
And my buggy is not a race car. Period. So finally I have a race car. So I took my race car and me and my wife went up and did race car stuff. And that's all that I've got for that story. So moving on.
Yeah. You took first place and
Yeah, we did race car stuff. That's all you got to say.
yeah. 100%.
So,
Seemingly there's more to that story.
There is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Luckily, the film crew documented some good photos that I'm sure they'll share too.
Oh, that's good.
Crawler Off-Road was there. They were a sponsor of the event, so they had a big merch tent set up with their new merch trailer that's wrapped. It's pretty dope. So I got to check that out. And so I got to chat with them. I think I spent a lot of money with them the first time I went into to the tent. And then I told them I wasn't coming back because I'd spend more money, and I did. I think I ended up making 3 different trips and 3 different groupings of purchases, and shit happens, I guess, right?
Right.
So I got all kinds of new crawler products. I got a new, like one of them new long, like super soft shackle things that I wanted a while back.
Okay.
Finally got me one of those. It's like I don't know, like 6 or 7 foot soft shackle with a Cordura sleeve.
Uh-huh. How big is it? 7 foot?
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6, 7 foot, something like that. I don't remember. It's probably 5 or 6 foot.
Right.
And then what else did I get? I got one of them snatch rings. I got a winch or a kinetic rope for the razor.
Hell yeah.
I got a hitch, one of like the receiver hitch mount things for the razor.
Oh yeah, one of the aluminum ones or steel?
Yeah, yep, no, the aluminum things. I'm pretty sure
Nice.
it's aluminum. I don't know. I didn't even touch it.
Nice.
I think that's all I got. I feel like there was something else. But
Did
anyway,
you get the ring?
yeah, I got the snatch ring.
Yeah, the snatch ring. Yeah.
Yep, got one of those. Picked up one of them bad boys finally.
Oh yeah.
So got some new products from them. They it was a pretty nice little park there. I'd love to go like do some riding on the rest of the park because this is a freaking huge park. Nice little grass campground area, a little general store. We checked in, did all our stuff, and then went and did qualifying. And that was the first time, like Catherine's driven the Razor,
Right.
like on road and stuff. And I mean, maybe just a little bit off road at Williams Hill, just running around doing like race stuff, but never like at speed off road before. So we literally strapped her in the Razor, threw a helmet on, head and neck restraint, the full 9 yards, and then pulled her up to the start line and was like, all right, qualify. And we didn't get, there was no, because we weren't there Friday. We got there like 2:00 in the morning Saturday. So we could not, or we didn't do any like pre-running or anything. So literally her first time at speed in the Razor was the one lap you get to qualify. So we kicked her down the hill and she did pretty good. We did not start last. I have to word that correctly. We didn't start last.
Yeah.
Jacob actually started behind us. So suck it.
You said Jacob started behind you?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, his shit broke on qualifying. So, I mean, technicality, but I take that shit straight to the bank. So
Straight to the bank. The guy that put on the race started behind us.
Yeah, we did not start. I think it was 3 or 4 of them behind us. So we didn't start last. That was the goal. So we did good on qualifying. And then we did a driver's meeting and all that crap, and then got suited up for the race. And then they did, it was kind of neat. They have like a drag strip there. So they lined everybody up, and you did 4 wide and then a staggered like row. And I think, I don't remember how many rows there was, but there was 33 people or 33 side by sides entered the race. So, I mean, there's quite a few. And then you started on 7-second intervals. So it's not a corrected time race. So technically, second row starts at a 7-second disadvantage. Third row's, 14 seconds back of the leader. So it's kind of other than that, it's not really an issue, I guess. But so anyway, it was dusty as hell though. Like it was so dusty, we could not see the guy waving the green flag to start us. So I had to sit there, of course, from wearing a helmet with like head and neck restraint and all that. And belts and everything, you can only turn your head so far. So I had like my head turned to the right as far as I could, trying to watch, because we were on the far left side starting the race, trying to watch because the flag guy was over on the right side. So I'm like, well, the people on the right will have the advantage to see him. So I was like, as soon as they go, I'll go. So finally they took off and I'm like, go. And then we left. So we kind of got, we were behind just a little bit there on the start just because we couldn't see the guy. But we made it work. Then we were doing some racing stuff. And then Jacob finally slipped by us a couple minutes in. And I told Catherine, I was like, get on him, just stay on him. And she did. She got after it. And boy, it was kind of impressive. We hung with him there for a minute or so. And then we kind of got stuck behind. He passed a couple other cars. So we kind of got stuck behind the ones he passed. Blew through the short course again. Couldn't get by the guy. I'm like in the car because we had comms on. I'm like, we need a fucking siren. We're getting a fucking horn. Like I don't know what else to do. And then there was one. It was like a real sharp 90, and he checked up quite a bit. And then we had to check up and then kind of basically follow him through because we didn't have. There's nowhere to pass. And I'm like, should have fucking nerfed him. Like. Your whole endurance race thing was great until you like flipped the visor down and the green flag dropped. And then you're like, I'm going to pass that guy in front of me. Like, fuck them all. So right. I might have got a little excited. What do you do? And then it happens.
We're losing you a little bit. You're cutting out when you're telling your story.
You're losing me?
Yeah.
That's depressing.
I know. So like we're getting bits and pieces of that story of what was going on. So you were stuck behind somebody?
Yeah, we got stuck behind a guy in the short course section. Couldn't pass him. Should have rammed him. Hindsight would have been a good idea. I'm like, just ram him. Don't actually ram him. So we tried to. There's a couple different spots through the woods where there was like an easy and a hard section, and we only did one parade lap on the course. So we did the like 8-mile parade lap through the course. And we took, at this particular point, we took the easy path on the parade route. Yeah. And I saw the hard straight line and I'm like, oh, it's just a pile of probably like 5 or 6 logs laying down that you had to climb over. But it was a straight shot, where the other one went down and around to the left, kind of making a big C. So it's clearly faster to go straight, and we had a little bit more ground clearance with 32-inch tires. So it's like, fuck it, we're going that way. Specifically on the parade lap, she says, we're not taking the logs. I'm like, yeah, okay. So then literally we are stuck behind this guy, falling right into the woods. They go to the left, and I go straight. Like I called her straight. And then for whatever fucking reason, she decided to listen to me. So we come up to this log pile. We stop just a little bit too much. In my opinion, we should have carried a little bit more speed over it. So I was worried we were going to get high centered on it. Hindsight, I don't think we would have at all. But in the heat of the moment, you're worried about getting hung up and high centered. So I was kind of like trying to get her to go. Well, then we went. And then when the front tires kind of came down and hooked, we were at like $8,000. And it just kind of hooked and grabbed. But then there was like a kind of like a berm with a stump thing that kind of curved it back to the left and pointed us straight at this fucking tree. And so we parked the front end of this fucking Razor in the tree.
Nice.
And the plus side is we did pass 3 people in the process of taking this line. They just passed us after we drug our shit out of the middle of the race course. They all passed us back. So, I mean, was it worth it? No. But if it would have worked, we would have looked like geniuses. So, whatever.
So,
and this was literally like 7 minutes into the race.
7 minutes into the lap.
Yeah.
Into the first lap.
The whole everything. Yep.
Yeah.
7 minutes off the starting line. We were done.
Let me get this straight. So she comes over this log section.
Yep.
And you tell her to give her the beans so she didn't get high centered. She gives it the beans. And then
it's a little whiskey throttle action.
Right. Hits the bottom side, like gets past the logs, but immediately as soon as you pass the logs, there's a berm that like whips you into this tree. Well,
it wouldn't have if we were out of the gas, but you kind of have to do just a little bit of a left-right jog to kind of clear that little berm. So yeah, it just rode it. Of course, in the gas, all 4 tires pulling. The tires literally like rode the edge of that berm straight into the tree.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was depressing.
Well, I mean, it's, still early on. She's just getting used to driving the rig.
Yep.
I don't imagine she does a lot of race car stuff in the Corolla.
I would like to think she's a responsible driver, but clearly she's got some race car tendencies based on how she drove. The thing is, like, should we have went straight? No, we should have went to the left. We should have backed up just a little bit and followed them and then passed them when we could have.
Right.
Because endurance racing.
Right. Yeah.
Hindsight, we could have just rolled right over that log pile. I don't even think we would have got height centered on it being so tall on 32s.
Right.
I don't think we would have had a problem at all. I just kind of was worried we were going to get high centered. Minor details.
Right.
I don't really think she did anything wrong at all. Watching it, she was kind of like, yeah, I see where I should have just rolled over it instead of stopping and then kind of trying to climb over it. That would have probably prevented a little bit of the, I'm high centered, go, floor it, and then it hooked and booked, I guess. So, I mean, I didn't really get mad about it. I was more kind of bummed out that we were done already.
Right.
But God damn, it was a freaking blast up until that point. Like it was, it was fun. She had a good time. I think she learned quite a bit because that short course section was the same through the first lap, was the same portion of the qualifying course that we ran. And going back and watching the video of qualifying and then watching the video of the race, it was like a whole new person driving the car. And I'm like, you got to think that this is literally your first time driving at speed and your second time driving at speed, and you've made that big of a difference. Like, dude, you did a damn good job.
Yeah,
so,
that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, so I just hope she's not all bummed out about it. And that's why I told her, I'm like, you buy parts. Like, if you go into a race expecting, I don't know how you're supposed to say it, I guess, because you don't want to wad your junk up, but if you don't, you assume that risk. I guess it's kind of like a fucking waiver. Everybody signs the waiver, and then when your shits end up wadded up, you're like, oh crap. Well, you knew what you were getting into when you showed up and signed away that whatever. And like your woods racing at speed. I mean, there were times we'd hit over 40 mile an hour in the woods, and it's like, you're going to clip a tree. It may not happen today. It may happen tomorrow, but you're going to clip a tree. We didn't clip it. We parked the fucking thing in the tree, but
you're going to do it right.
You're going to do it. And with an IFS car, you're going to clean the front end off of it. It's a fact.
Yeah. So what's the total damage on that then? What's our damage report?
Well, before we get to that, because I think that's going to lead down to a squirrel hole.
Okay.
So we were 7 minutes into an hour and a half long race, and I have never been in an endurance race before. So I'm like, I get out and I'm like, I can't just leave shit alone. So I'm like looking at the car, all this stuff. And I'm like, well, I have tools. So I'm like, well, I don't know how the fuck we're going to get this out of here. So I'm like, well, I just start unbolting shit. So unbolted the shock, unbolted the wheel and tire and the hub and all the control arms. The control arms were off of the chassis. They were just attached to the hub. So I pulled the ball joints off and everything.
So did it break a bolt to pull it off the chassis?
No, it literally ripped I'll have to post you some pictures, but it literally ripped the arms. Like there's a bushing, like a control arm with a control arm mounting bolt goes through, and then your arm comes off of that at a 90-degree angle. It cleaned those mounts like straight off right around the welds on all four mount. Yeah, on the arms.
So the bushing is on the chassis.
Yeah, it's still bolted in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's different than like a car. Like a car would have like the bushing in the control arm and mounts on the chassis.
Marco,
right?
What? Oh, you kind of like cut out there.
Yeah, see, that's the problem I'm having over here too. Is that you're cutting out from time to time.
Weird. That was the first time you've done it. No. It picture like a T, and that it cleaned the top off the T.
Right.
And luckily it did not fuck up the frame. It didn't fuck up the frame on the suspension mounting points that I know of yet. But we'll get to that. But anyway, so she just sitting there all mad, and she was looking up parts, and she's like, how much does this cost? How much does that cost? And we ain't nothing else to do hanging in the woods. So I finally get all the parts off, put them all in the bed. And then literally I'm like, all right, well, how the hell are we going to get this thing out of here? I said, well, we'll just have to sling it with a strap or something. So I go to my recovery bag and I pull out my brand new, like I hadn't even paid for it yet, crawler off-road like extendo soft shackle. It's like the long one that I've been wanting. Right. And I literally ended up using that, kind of snaked it up under the frame, and then kind of brought it out the front and like a loop out the front. So all they had to do was just pick it up and like hook it to a bumper or something of somebody's truck or a winch or whatever, and just drag it out of there. And I was like, what kind of shit is this? Like, I've been wanting one of these straps for so long. I finally get one, haven't even paid for it, and now I'm relying on it to get my fucking brand new razor out of the woods after I fucking taco it. So, yeah, good product testing, I suppose. I guess you get to test it before you buy it, and it definitely paid off to have it. So,
oh, yeah, it's definitely one way to do it.
Suppose I need to buy it now.
Should take some good pictures of it being used.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you should be.
Well, the funny thing was, so once we got going, it was going, and then it actually, because it still had the front sway bar attached to the right front, so it actually sat, once it got on flat ground, it actually kind of balanced to where it would hold the left front of the car up off the ground. So it's kind of cool.
Oh, really?
So we just hooked it over. They like sweep the course after the race, and so we just hooked a strap around a bumper of I think it was like a Toyota, and then literally she just steered it and braked, and then they just pulled it out like that. But then eventually I just hopped on the back of the Razor to kind of work as a counterweight and then ride out to the parking lot where we were parked. And Rick comes running over, and he's got to get pics. So he's got some pictures of it getting pulled out with the Toyota, with me riding on the back and Captain steering with it, no front clip on the driver's side. So he got some good product photos for his advertising campaign. So I'm sure those will get posted eventually. But so while we're sitting in the woods after I get all this crap taken off and we're just kind of hanging out, all of a sudden you hear this big thud, and you're like, boy, I know exactly what that sounded like. So we go walking kind of down the backside of the race course, because it's still a live race course. They're still racing, and there's a Can-Am X3 had clipped a tree right in front of where we clipped a tree, and he declipped the front driver's side of the car also, except I think he ended up bending two wheels on his whoopsie-doozy, and it ripped the suspension mounts out of the frame. Jesus. So I'm like, well, I feel better about mine now, because mine just ripped off the arms. Right. Yours ripped off the frame. So I don't know how you fix that, but that's not fun. Right.
I'll bet that's how Polaris went through and did that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like they went through and they looked at that and they're like, if we design it this way, it'll break the arm instead of the frame.
Oh, it
So the
cleaned
chassis.
it cleaned the arms off, but my God, that Can-Am just really ripped the mounts off the frame.
Wow.
Yeah, but luckily they had
That's
got
wild.
more than I think they were actually in 11th when they smoked the tree, so he was a little bit more upset about that. And I'm like, oh well, we did it
Right.
like 7 minutes in the race, so we got it out of the way real quick. Like, you're good, bro. And then come to find out afterwards, because afterwards we got it loaded on the trailer and everything. There was like 5 people come up and like start talking like, how bad is it? I'm like, oh, it's pretty good. And
It's not
they're
great.
like, oh, well, we were right behind you when it happened. I was like, well, did it look good? And they're like, yeah, it looked like it fucking hurt. And I'm like, well, it didn't hurt, but like, as long as it looked cool, And
Right.
but yeah, there was a couple people who were behind us, and I'm like, yeah, because we passed you. And they were like, yeah, it looked pretty painful. I'm like, well, luckily it wasn't, and that's the good thing. But
Phew.
technically, we drove it on the trailer.
That's a good, like
So
that's a plus. Yeah, it still drives, it still runs. So you didn't break those parts.
yeah, like,
but
I was joking. I was like, because I had the winch cable out and everything. I'm gonna winch it up on the trailer, and DJ's like, just curious, why don't we drive it on the trailer? And I was like, well, I have no reason on why not we try that. So, because it's literally sitting on 3 wheels. The left front's up in the air, and
Right.
so I think Fred sat on the back while I literally drove it on the trailer. And I was like, well, now technically we can say we drove it on the trailer, which I have not been able to do every time I've gone wheeling. So by all measures, you did drive your rig on and off the trailer. So
it's a good start.
technicalities, we'll take it. But so come to find out, after talking to a couple people after the race, there was another guy. There was the X3 declipped his just before we did, or where we did ours. There was another guy who apparently watched us taco the tree, watched us back out of the roadway with like the entire front clip hanging, went a little bit farther down the road and smoked a tree and did the same thing. And I'm like, yeah, well, you would think you would have learned. But again, welcome to tight woods racing. So, I mean, it just goes to show that like literally it happens. Like, you can't, there's no point getting mad about it,
There's nothing you can do,
know. So, damage report. Radiator, well, it's the auxiliary intercooler radiator is bent. The fender is a little tacoed, but it's like literally like a $500 fender, so it's not getting replaced. It will have some patina and some battle scars because it's fine for $500 freaking dollars for a piece of plastic.
Jesus.
Yeah, Polaris, I guess, because good God, she's like, that was one of the parts she looked up while we were sitting there. She's like, I don't think it's gonna get a new fender, and I was like, no, it's like, I don't think it's really that bad. I think it's, it's got a little scuff and some shit on it, but I don't think it's that bad. She's like, well, it's $500. I said, oh yeah, no, it looks real good from over here now. Like it, yeah, I don't think we need a fender. $500 for a plastic fender. Like, God dang. Upper and lower control arms, axle, sway bar link. And I don't know if the sway bar is bent. I would think that it would take quite a fucking bit to bend the sway bar using the link. You know what I mean? Like, the link is in 2 pieces, but like, I think that link would have broke before the sway bar got tweaked any. So I'm not, it looks pretty close. So I'm going to just order a sway bar link and put it on and see if it'll work. And then the door, it shoved so when she hit the tree, it hit the A pillar. It hit the frame right at the A pillar. So it cleaned the plastic out to the A pillar. And then there's the tube that comes up the A pillar is what literally hit the tree. So it flattened that tube just a little bit. And when it did that, it pushed the A pillar bar back. I think it's about 3/4 of an inch push back.
Wow.
On the chassis.
So
So
this is on the lower chassis, not the upper chassis?
this is on like right where the cage bolts on, right outside the fender on the A pillar.
Okay. Yeah, on the chassis itself.
Yes. So it bent that bar back about 3/4 of an inch, which in turn pushed the dash back also. So it took the door and like, I mean, I'm over exaggerating when I say but it U-shaped the door enough that the door frame is bent. So
Wow.
what I need to figure out how to do, and I've got it all, it's literally like the cage is off of it, the dash is off of it, the front fenders and the front plastics are all off of it now because I was trying to measure everything to see how bent everything was. And all I could find was that A-pillar bar is laid back about 3/4 of an inch, 5/8 to 3/4 of an inch.
That's a pretty good movement on the chassis.
It's pretty fucking solid. Like I said,
Right.
It was a solid fucking planting in the tree. We didn't just clip the tree and clean the control arms off. We luckily, if we would have hit it, we didn't fuck up the headlight. So if you look at the front of the Razor, we didn't fuck up the headlight, but we also hit the A-pillar. So she hit it on perfect angle to miss the headlight, but hit the A-pillar. So it cleaned the shit off and hit the A-pillar. So I think the fucked up thing is it wasn't the cage wasn't tweaked. The A-pillar bar was tweaked. So coming apart when I pulled that last bolt out on the A-pillar there, it was like ding. But I think I can make that work to put that back together. And then the only thing that's going to affect is that door opening. So I found a used takeoff door frame off of eBay for like $60. So I'm going to buy that and then put that on. And I do have some forward and backwards adjustment on the door frame. So if I can adjust it back a little bit enough to make it close, I'll be golden. If not, I'm going to have to do a little fab work to make it work. But I'm also hoping, I ordered some new arms from Jacob, and I'm hopefully those mounts, nothing, I like tape measured it all and everything matches measurement wise to the passenger side. So I would almost bet that the front nose of the chassis is tweaked to the driver's side a little bit, but I don't, first of all, I don't want to sound ignorant because I obviously know that's not perfect, but like, is that going to make a difference on anything on an IFS car? No. Theoretically shouldn't. I wouldn't think.
On what was that?
Like if the nose of the chassis is pushed to the driver's side just a little bit. Like, I don't know what it's going to, I mean, maybe the plastics won't line up perfect or something. But like nothing.
I guess it would be
hooked askew.
Right. It would be a matter if it was before all the mounting points.
Yeah. So that's why I'm hoping I can get these new arms and literally just put the new arm and be like, yes, it slides right in the holes.
That'd be ideal. Yeah.
But everything, like I said, I measured all that from side to side and it all seemed to measure out fine. So I'm hopefully we can put some new arms. I got they're super ATV. They're a tubular style arm. I think they're high clearance and 1.5 inches forward. We did manage to stuff one of the 32s into the plastic, like the, I don't know, like firewall, I guess you would say. But it was a pretty good little hole we smoked. But so that's the 1.5 inch forward arms. We'll push that 1.5 inches farther forward. So, but they have a pretty kick-ass warranty on their stuff for the price. So that's what we went with. That's what Jacob runs on his race car. So figure if they're good enough for him, they're good enough for me.
And what is that on?
They're a super ATV, upper and lower control arm.
Oh my God.
Kit. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to be asking questions because you keep cutting out. I can see already with the audio quality. I thought we'd get a pretty good recording here from Discord, but I can see already I'm going to end up, when we get done here, I'm going to end up heading to your place and picking that card up so we can make this listenable.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's because of the noise cancellation, but like, yeah, you just keep cutting out like every other word a little bit.
Did you turn all your noise cancellation stuff off?
No, mine's still on. I think it's just a connection issue, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
Nonetheless, you're recording on your end. So it shouldn't be a problem.
Wonder if I do that. I disconnected from the Wi-Fi, so I wonder if that makes a difference.
Yeah, and try that.
Yeah. Anyway,
It could definitely be on either one of our ends. Who knows?
Yep.
So,
but anyway, yeah. So we got what else? The only thing I haven't ordered yet is the intercooler radiator because it's $500. So, yeah, it's painful.
you said the intercooler?
Yep.
So one of the guys that polishes on TikTok up in Canada, he does all the molds for Polaris for like their plastics.
So he could mold me a fender for less than $500.
No, definitely not. So the molds cost between $1 and $2 million a mold.
Uh-huh.
They're 10 tons of steel.
Huh.
And his company charges $30,000 to polish each mold. So like one fender piece is one mold. So yeah, $30,000 to polish it.
Huh.
So they got, between $1 and $2 million in each mold. So that's why your plastics cost $500 a piece.
That's impressive.
Isn't it wild?
So that's why
Dumb
my
money.
fender costs $500 because your buddy has to make fucking bajillion dollars every time he polishes it. Maybe just wipe the fucker off and send it,
because it won't be shiny.
It's covered with a sticker anyway.
I know, right?
I just feel
It's
that
crazy.
$500 for a plastic fender on a fucking razor is ridiculous. Like
It's
they know
steep.
people are going to fuck them up. Is that why they're $500? Maybe.
Partially.
This guy's not buying another one. That's for damn sure.
It's because they got Polaris written on them.
Yeah, it says Polaris.
What's
What's funny is, so it's got an outer fender flare, and actually the fender flare is fine. It just ripped the mounting bolts off the fender, or it's like the C-clip nut thing that it clips on and then the bolt goes through. It just pulled the hole out on all those, so I can fix that. But it didn't fuck up the fender flare. But it's funny enough that it's still so new that behind the fender flare there is the part number on a sticker for the fender. And I'm like, well, that's convenient. When you fuck it up, you can literally have the sticker with the part number already like right there. It's like,
perfect.
Thanks, Polaris. I appreciate it.
Then you look it up in P.
Yeah, and then she looked that up and she's like, oh no, it's like $500. I'm like, you can get the fuck out of here with that.
This is the wrong part number. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm like, crap. So
$500 fender.
Yeah, for a plastic fender. Like, Jesus. Come on. So
It's wild.
Yeah, well, it's welcome to Polaris golf cart mode. So yeah, hopefully,
golf cart life.
I think we got 3 weeks until the 0.1 race at Dirt Nasty that we would like to have the golf cart back done so we can use it for legitimate golf cart things.
Right.
So I want to put her back together and hope the arms fit. And I need to find, I refuse to buy this. I'm looking at it now on PolarisParts.com. It is $435. Like I will find it $1 cheaper somewhere else. Because it annoys me.
Yeah, that would be that'd be fun. So the one you have currently, is it destroyed or is it just?
It's like the
shape?
bottom corner got pushed back and it leaks. So if it didn't leak, I wouldn't give a shit.
Right.
I would send it, but it leaks.
Bummer, dude.
A little bit coolant. And I don't think it's fixable.
I
I don't know anywhere around here that would like look at that and be like, oh, we have the ability to fix that. I don't know if that's really, I know it's a thing, but I think that's a dying art, if I had to be quite honest.
Yeah, there used to be a shop in Danville that did radiator stuff.
Yeah, there used to be a couple of them around that would do that. And then now it's like people just, like, oh, we're going to
they're just cheaper to buy.
Yeah, boiling a radiator out or cleaning a radiator out like that. We used to take them to get flushed out. Now it's like, no, by the time you charge them time and labor and all that crap, it's just cheaper to buy a new fucking radiator. So
just to buy a radiator.
yeah, which is as ignorant as that is, like it is just the cheaper option. So
right
now this thing is $500. So I'm going to pull it out and look at it a little bit and maybe out of damn JB Weld something or whatever. But what do you do? So that's all I got. That was our experience. The best part is I would do it again, regardless of how it turned out. And Catherine said she would do it again, regardless of how it turned out. So that's the key, I think, next time.
I think
we're going to pace ourselves. But we are going to have a horn. I'm getting, next time. Yeah, I'm getting a horn and I'm getting a siren put on the damn thing. But
there you go.
We will pace ourselves, but we will have the ability to honk at people because Jacob liked to use his fucking siren, and it definitely gets your attention when he's behind you. So that's what we need.
Out the way.
Yep.
Move aside, ladies.
Yep.
Got things to do.
Yep. So I think we finished like 29th out of 33. So again, like I said, we didn't finish last. That's the key. I think there was 11. I think there was 11 that finished like on the same lap as the winner. The funny thing was we were talking before about like what kind of race this was, and like it's more of a for fun race and all that. The pole, like the fastest qualifying time was a 4-seat. I think it was a Razor, but it was a 4-seat car and a bunch of like 2-seat Can-Ams, YFZs, Razors, everything. A freaking 4-seater put the fastest time up. That's impressive.
That's wild.
I thought, I'm like, dude, like you just showed up in like the minivan and took the win. Right. You know what I mean? So,
and I wonder if that's just a consistency thing of him just running a certain, a set pace across the whole course. Essentially,
he was 1 second faster than the second place qualifier for qualifying. Let me go to the side-by-side race. There was only 6 people that finished 4 laps.
Yeah.
And they only got 4 laps in, which is impressive.
Nice.
Because last year, I don't know if the course was shorter or what, but they did 6 laps. So there was a definite, either a longer course this year or people broke more. I'm not sure.
How many laps are you guys going to do this year?
How many laps or how many races?
Yeah. I mean, how many laps were you guys going to do this year?
This was just literally just how many laps can you do in a timed period kind of a thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So they did 4. Okay.
Huh. And last year was 6.
Yeah.
Nice.
There was 6 people that did 4, 10 total that finished 3, 13 that finished 2, and 16 that finished 1. Interesting. So it was definitely a race of attrition. Oh, that's the stock class. I can't even read the right fucking page. God dang it. I thought 4 laps didn't seem right because I thought they did 5. Anyway, you get my point. Right. The other shout out I have to give is Fred with Crawler Off Road raced his new side-by-side in this event. Also, yeah, buddy.
Oh my God. Everybody in their damn golf carts.
So he raced the old Yamaha. He finished, I don't remember where he finished. Finished pretty decent. He did finish the race. I think he only got 3 laps done in the time period, but he did finish. I know he said he rolled it on its side, nice and soft one time, coming around a corner a little too fast and just kind of took a dirt nap, but got it rolled back over and was able to start it up and finish it up the race. So you said
Fred said Fred rolled his?
Yeah, Fred put his on his side, and I was like, "Oh, geez!" And I'm like, "Well, it didn't look fucked up," as he because they had just drove it up to the trailer, and he's like, "No, it was nice, nice and slow and all that." I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, that's good."
Right.
And then DJ, old Woo Dude, showed up to do his Woo Dude duties, and he had picked up a used 4-seater on his way to the race. And he was not allowed to race it. It was one of those, like, you can't race it right after you pick it up. So he did not take it off the trailer, but he will be racing.
Why can't you race it right after you pick it up?
I don't know. That's what I told him. But what do you do?
Because He didn't want to do what you did.
He didn't want to destroy his shit in the first like 10 minutes he owns it. So he got a nice used 4-seater, pretty good deal on it too. So he's now in the T2RP club. Fred's in the T2RP club. Rick's in the T2RP club. Chris is in the T2RP club.
Man,
looks at Steve through the microphone.
I don't know what you want me to do. I can't afford that kind of stuff.
You can do that. It's please ignore everything I've said about being really expensive parts when you FUBAR one. And no, it's a great idea.
If I buy one, I'm going to park it in the side yard and just leave it there. Like, look at it. Like, oh, it's nice.
Just don't race it. Like Rick was the smartest one out of all of us. He just didn't show up with his. Like he's like, nope, I'm here to sell product and not destroy my shit. So he made money. We all lost money.
Yeah.
Welcome to racing.
That's how it goes. That's exactly right. That's how racing goes.
Yep.
Oh man,
so
what a mess.
We're gonna do it again. It's gonna be fun.
Right.
I loved it. It was a fucking blast.
It sounded like a good time. I wish I could have made it up there. Obviously, this weekend was a little busy.
Yep.
Among everything else I had going on.
Yep.
But I do need to put that on the calendar for next time.
We are going back. We are not hitting the second race of the series because we are going to be at RC Fest, but we will be there for the third race in, I think it's September 15th, I believe. So
yeah,
we'll be there. As far as I know, Crawler's supposed to be there with a booth. I'm sure Fred will be running his junk. DJ should be running his stuff. Maybe Rick will run his. Dun dun dun. You never know. And hopefully we don't hit another tree. We're going to definitely take it a little bit slower.
That's the goal. No trees.
But that was the goal when we started was, well, we're just wanting to finish the race. Yeah, well, that went to shit real quick when the freaking race car goes by and you're like, get him.
That's right. Somebody got excited and told her to hit the gas.
Oh, man. Yeah, the one time she listened to me, she went straight.
On a woman.
And the worst part is with the GoPro video, she's starting to turn left and I'm like, straight. And then she like turns her back straight and I'm like, if she would have just not listened or I would just shut up. Like,
you just shut up.
That's what I told her. She's like, oh, I'm just so bummed that we were out that quick. And I said, who's to say we wouldn't have went around the corner and smoked another tree? You know what I mean? Like, shoulda, coulda, woulda. It literally is what it is. You just have to accept it and be happy that you got to do the experience and that you learn stuff and move on. Because if you're upset by that and all that, just don't go racing. Like stick to the trail riding because you'll still destroy stuff. But yeah, it is what it is.
Nice.
We'll fix it. We'll move on, and we'll do more fun things.
I think
you need to come co-ride or ride with Fred. That would be cool.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
for
sure.
You
should do that. Throw a helmet on.
That'd be a ride.
And ride with Fred. Maybe he won't roll it over on you this time.
I think Beer Mike just joined the chat.
That's not me.
Oh, he's so loud.
Oh, am I loud?
Yes. Stay quiet over there, Mike. Stay quiet.
I can maybe turn my volume down.
We were talking about last week about me going 4-wheeling this past Friday.
Yep.
That did not happen. So some of you may know, some of you don't. I had a close contact with a verified COVID case, so got to sit here in quarantine. Hence the reason we're doing this mobile.
The funny part of that, and I don't mean funny like haha funny, but it's kind of ironically funny.
Yeah.
If a majority of people have to sit at home for quarantine, they like miss work and all that, and they don't go to work and bummer. No, you're just forced to be at home and work.
Yeah.
Like
I have to be at home and go to work.
Oh, I'm going to be home, but like, I'm like, home is my work. So
Right.
It was a bummer for you.
Yeah,
you couldn't
it's
just
been a ride.
because I've heard like a couple people I know that have had it. They're like, oh yeah, it's almost like a vacation. I'll be at home, and
Oh, yeah,
obviously
it's gonna get
they have
paid.
some symptoms and stuff, so it's not like sitting on a
Right.
beach vacation or anything. But you get that time where you literally have to stay home to like work in the garage or something.
Yep.
Except for your like
Right.
work in the garage is literally your day job. So
That's right.
sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Sorry
what
you
it
didn't
was.
get to enjoy
like
it.
what the deal was too. It's like, well, you get to stay home in quarantine. Like, okay, I guess I'll just stay home and work. And obviously that didn't work out either with the other thing I had going on this weekend.
Yep. Well,
So
you just needed some time
yeah.
off. Your life just needed some time
I
off. That's
guess.
all that it was. Yeah.
yeah, I don't have time for it, but yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes
I reached out
life
to all
has
the-
a way to make time for you.
I reached out to everybody. Yeah, I reached out to everybody that has parts that I have parts for. I'm like, listen, things are gonna be on hold until I get a better report of what's going on right now.
Yep.
So
It's all you
I don't
can
think it's
do.
anything too serious.
People don't
But-
need things to be shiny. They just want them to be shiny.
Yep.
You're not wrong, but they are paying you. So like,
That's
you
true
know,
too.
yeah, there's that.
Is my volume better now?
No.
Yeah, but you're cutting out just like just like Ian was. So it must be on my end. It must be my internet connection that's causing the cutout.
I can change my volume down. I don't know if that's helping.
It's quieter. It's better. It's better. You should probably go down a little bit more.
Okay, how is this? Is
There
this
you go.
better?
Yeah, you're getting closer.
Sounds
little,
like
little bit more.
A little more? How about this?
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yep, you sound the same as Ian now.
Okay, I'll leave it there then.
It'll be easier to edit. So, yeah. So yeah, I didn't get to go four wheeling, and which is good because I had those bushings that are washed out on the Cherokee. God, there's so much stuff we didn't talk about in the last 2 weeks. I need to take a bunch of notes.
Yep.
So the upper bushings on Loki on the front axle are washed out completely. Chris sent me some, but they didn't get here until I think it was Friday or Saturday. Because it was like the USPS shipped them to Champaign and then shipped them back to Iowa and then shipped them back to Champaign. And then they showed up finally. Yeah, stupid.
Somebody fucked up.
Uh-huh. Somebody left them on the truck and they didn't mean to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something.
Oh shit! I
But,
was supposed to unload that. Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
you were.
Yeah, you were. It was in the town it was supposed to be in.
Speaking
Thanks,
of
Dick.
Chris, I'm glad you brought him up. I remember,
Yeah.
or I forgot about this weekend, and I told Fred I
Uh-huh.
was going to give him shit about this. So, what better platform to talk shit to somebody than a public podcast?
Yes, where they can't talk shit back.
Yes, I'm
And
sure.
you can't get zucked.
I can't get zucked. I can't. He will talk shit back. I'm sure I'll get a text message. But it's a valid complaint. I mean, I think so.
I'm listening.
As I'm putting things together and doing like final race prep before we leave, I'm like, man, I said, I want to put some stickers on the door of the like few partners that like I work with or have products for, like pretty much just our podcast sponsors.
Right.
So I go through my sticker collection and I get some Off-Road Anonymous stickers, some crawler stickers, Rad Designs, 8 Lug Productions. I only had one of those because
nice.
we used the other one on the sticker board. So I only had one of those on the driver's door. So touche. Need another one of those. Rugged radios, couple other ones. But so I'm putting all these on and I'm like, man, what in the hell is the problem? It is 2021. Complete Off-Road needs a die cut sticker for the love of God, because it looks horrible on my black door with the like clear on the sticker when all the other stickers are like die cut. So I'm like, I need a Complete Off-Road die cut sticker, like bad AF. So
I want him to make you that one, the gray, the blue. It's like a blue and white or gray and white logo.
oh yes, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I just want them. I want that to be printed and then die cut.
Perfect. I just want
Right,
something
that's
that
what
doesn't
Hilton-
have that clear background to put on the
we have
door
the-
of my race car.
Chris sent me the PDF of that, the PDF file for that logo. So it's just a matter of us going and getting it printed.
That's too much work.
I know. That's why we don't have any yet.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd have a big one for the Jeep.
Call up, it's a wrap. Okay.
Yeah.
It is. It's just like it's pulling teeth. I'm
I
telling
just
you.
feel like Chris should just get the stickers made and send us a stack of them so we can rep their company with quality 2021 level stickers.
Right.
So that's my complaint.
Done.
That's all I have. Anybody wants to sponsor a race car? I don't know if I could, like, a GoFundMe doesn't seem appropriate, but like Venmo or something would be good.
Fenders.
Yeah, if you want to throw your sticker on the door, throw me some.
I saw a guy the other day on TikTok that did a GoFundMe for his off-road rigs. He's like, I hate asking for money, but
but here I am asking for money.
That's basically what it was. And like he was saying it like, he's like, I don't want to do this, but if you guys want to donate, it's there for you to do so. And I went and checked it. And it had like a $15,000 goal. And it had like $220, but I was like, that's $220 he didn't have before asking.
Jesus.
Like, that's pretty good, really. Like, and he's got like 200 and some thousand followers on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I just need somebody that has a really big checkbook that likes to make bad financial investments invest in my race program. Because, like, am I going to podium or win anything or get you literally any kind of media coverage? Not only probably not, like a hell to the no. You'll probably have a couple pictures on the like Trail Riders page, but like, is that really your target audience? Like, let's be real, Probably. Yeah, maybe. You never know. Not if you want to be a successful business person, because, free stickers and all that.
I don't know, man. I feel like we've hooked up a lot of connections.
Yeah, and you know what's bad about that is we still can't get a die-cut complete off-road sticker. See, it all comes back to the sticker.
To sponsor your 3/4 race car?
Yeah. I do.
Your 3/4 race car.
Would you like to put?
I just want to make sure that we're talking about the same race car, the one that's not a whole race car.
It's all there. Yes. All the parts are in the garage.
Pieces, but it's there. That's wonderful.
I need to come see that before you fix it. How soon is that going to be?
Probably this week.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta get it done. Gots to go. Crazy. Got more race car stuff to do. Yeah, hopefully I'll finish getting. I don't know when I'm going to get my arms. But once I get all that stuff put back on, I can get it all put together. And then I got to figure out how to fix the chassis and make the door work. But worst case scenario, I'm going to run a bent door and I'm going to give a fuck. So profit.
Wow.
Send it.
Do you have something coming up soon?
We have a 0.1 race at Dirt Nasty, which everyone should go to, because why wouldn't you? But that is in 3 weeks. Pulling up a calendar. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I think it's the 5th of June. June 5th. Dirt Nasty. Be there. Do it.
So is that you racing, or is that just golf cart?
No,
duty?
That's full legitimate golf cart duty. So I just literally need it to drive around, so I don't have to walk. So,
oh boy,
yeah, I don't walk well. So, and then I think 2 weeks after that is AOP for Ultra 4, and then 2 weeks after that is I think the 4th, June 4th. I need to pull up the actual calendar. Is that your dog that's mad, or is that my dog?
How long have you guys been recording for?
Over an hour.
We're right at an hour right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't miss too terribly much. Probably nothing important, like usual.
Yeah. Probably going to shut it down here pretty quick.
Yep.
Just because I think my son is probably sleeping in the next room at this point.
Yep. We should not wake the children.
If I had to guess. And then on top of that, I believe I'm going to end up coming to Ian's to get the SD card.
10
to leave it on the porch.
Well, let's I'll put it in the mailbox so you don't have to get out your car.
Oh, damn, that's nice.
I know, I'm a nice person every once in a while.
Swing by, pick up the card, go get some nugs. It'll be just like a normal Monday night.
Normal Monday night with some nugs and a podcast. Oh boy.
Well, Ian, I do have to mention that I met Eric Gentry this weekend, and he is a hell of a guy. And you should have taken the time out of your day to actually say hi to him.
When did I run into him?
You ran into him at a race and ignored him when he was trying to talk to you.
Go figure.
Well, that I'm not shocked with because I did that to Jacob also. So
yeah,
I mean, he's not alone. But yeah, it happens.
Clearly.
The funny thing is,
for you.
Every event that I go to, it seems like anymore, doesn't matter if it's 0.1, Ultra 4, friggin' this RBOR race series, like what the fuck ever it is, I never get to do what I want to do or talk to who I want to talk to. Like Jacob had a really nice big ass, I don't know, it was like a 10 by 20 ORA tent set up. He said they brought a lot of like garage organizational stuff and kind of cool stuff like that he actually brought. So you could buy it, like physically look at it and buy it there. And I'm like, damn, I need to go check that out. Literally I walked by it a couple times. Every time I walked by it, I was either going to like the driver's meeting or going to check the scoring to see where we qualified at, shit like that. And I never got to go look at his products like in person, and I'm like, damn it, like it sucks because even on a smaller event like that, there's still just not enough time. Never is.
Even after you don't have to finish the race, there's still enough time.
Well, the worst part is they don't stop the race. You got to sit out there for the hour and a half. So then I had to sit out there and wait for the freaking rescue Toyotas to come save the day. So yeah. It was a fun time. Yeah. If you don't like waiting in one place, watching people drive by, then don't break your shit or just don't race because it wasn't. I don't know. I ran out. Luckily, I had things to do, like take stuff off the car and all that, because otherwise I would have just walked in circles.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. But that's all I got.
Talk about all your breakages before I got here.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay. Just trying to catch up, make sure I didn't miss anything too important.
It was all of the breakages.
That's what it looked like from the photos.
Yeah, it was solid. Oh yeah. Yeah. It was great.
Yes, easy going.
Yep.
I figured I was just messing around.
That's racing for you.
Yep. The confidence booster was that two other people declipped the front of their car right in this general vicinity that we did. So I'm like, see, honey, you're not the only one to do it. So like there's misery.
It's not good that anyone did, but I guess it's good that it was a common thing.
Yeah. Right. Misery is company. So it's Woods Racing, just IFS Woods Racing. Whoops. New clip. But that's all I got. So as far as other shit that's coming up, one thing that was pretty cool that I'd like to give a shout out for. I don't know the guy that was in charge of this because I don't remember what he said his name was. It was they had a live Google Docs like scoring thing for this race. So literally we didn't have enough time to try it out because we only raced for like 7 minutes, but you could open your phone, and as long as you had internet service, which we pretty much did the whole park, you could watch this live updating document of the timing and scoring to know where you were at. So it was literally a link. So I was able to send that link out to a couple people so they could literally watch the timing and scoring while they weren't there. Not to mention people were using it in the car to know where they were. And I'm like, that's pretty badass that they set that up. So I want to shout out to Jacob and his guys that set that up. That was pretty cool. The other shout out I have to give, I forgot about this for like 3 podcasts. So it was like 4 podcasts ago. We got a bag of gummy dicks and like the glitter wiener pieces. Did you ever find out who sent us those?
Nope.
Who do you have an idea on who sent us those?
No, not even a clue.
Old Scooby sent us the bag of dicks.
No shit.
Yes, I've been meaning to
That's
shout
funny.
that out for 3 podcasts. I keep forgetting, and so I finally wrote down in a note that I needed to do that.
How'd you find that out?
He sent me a message, and he's like, "Did you ever figure out who sent those to you?" And I was like, "No, but we ate them all." And he's like, so he sends me a screenshot of his order, and I was like, "Yeah, that's hilarious."
That was me. I sent you that bag of dicks.
Because they literally, the way they ship it, it's like you order a bag of dicks, which is the gummy dicks, and then you can add on the glitter, the wiener glitter is an add-on. It was I don't know, it was a couple bucks, but it's I just picture the checkout do you want to add glitter wiener to the order? And they're like, yes. And then I just picture some guy just dumping this cup of glitter wieners in the packaging, and I'm like, oh, man, who wouldn't select that option for a couple bucks? Hell yes.
Right. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you get to who has that job? That's what you do all day is put dicks in a bag.
You put glitter dicks in a package.
That's it.
This person didn't select glitter dicks. Sorry. Yeah, I'd still dump some in there.
Well,
I love it. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, they're pre-installed. Right. So yeah, that's all I got. Next thing we got on the schedule is the 0.1 race at Dirt Nasty in Moorhead, Kentucky on the 5th of June, and AOP Ultra 4 on the 25th of June in Tennessee. It's about to get busy. I don't know what the next thing I have going on is. Go four-wheeling before Bray gets my Jeep at the end of May. Do it. You just need to do it.
Oh, I know what I need to do.
2 weeks.
Mike, once I get everything figured out with this whole what's going on with me thing, we need to try to get my rockers put on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I need to put that on top. Nice. Well, maybe we'll try to put that into the weekend plans at some point.
Maybe.
If you have time.
I don't know. I might. I mean, it just depends.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at the old calendar.
It'd be ideal if I could get my frame stiffeners on there, but I don't think that's going to happen.
You want to put rock sliders on it before frame stiffeners?
I want to put it all on there. It doesn't really matter which goes first, but I would love to get it all done. It just is a lot of work to put the stiffeners on because you have to move so much stuff out of the way. You have to unbolt the whole 4-link setup or the lower suspension. It's just annoying.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Mm-hmm. So, definitely would like to do that before Bray gets it because then he's going to put the EXO in it. And it'd be nice if he had all those, everything there to contact with. But
oh, yeah, absolutely.
We'll see.
Well, that's all soon. That's you said the end of May. It's May right now.
Yeah, he said if it's a little late, he's not worried about it, but I'd like to get it to him as soon as possible.
I'm going to say get it in and get it
sneak
done.
in there without able for you to get in and take your spot.
Yeah, no, nobody's going to take my spot, but...
I'm going to take your spot. Be like, Snow Day needs a cage. Sorry, Steve.
No.
No.
No. You got to get your own spot after baby's born.
No, it's going to be a lot harder to get those spots, though.
I know it will be. That's why I quickly made I was like, okay, I need to get this going. Yup. I know. So that's one of the things that's on my list of things to do. Hopefully I can get all that squared away before it goes to him. Or pay him the big dollars to do it.
Just pay him and do it and be done with it. It's going to look badass when it's done. Cry once,
right?
Or buy once, cry twice. CBAP, YWL. Have a nice day.
Amen.
By the way, I can say, I don't know how long. He told me that I do not have to pay royalties on CBAP, YWL because I'm in financial hardships because I have a broken race car. So that was his contribution to because I was like, you should just sponsor my race car. And he's like, how about this? I will waive the royalty fee on CBAT YWL. And I don't know. I need to find out what the expiration date is on that. And I was like, well, as generous as that was, I wasn't going to pay you anyway, but you still get credit for being nice. So CBAP YWL.
Right.
CBAP YWL.
Yeah, how many times are you gonna say that?
It's free 99, so might as well say the shit out of it. You want me to say it for you so you don't have to pay for it for once? I mean, hell
Did you buy
yeah.
rights to that so you don't have to give Shelby his 30 cents?
No, he just been he waived his fee because I'm a broke racer now, I guess.
Oh, that's
Is
nice.
it because you're a broke racer? Does that mean that you can say it but no one else?
I don't know. I didn't get the
Yeah, I think it's
details. I
just for
just got
Ian.
excited.
You should probably read the fine print.
I'm probably I know I'm getting charged. I guarantee I'm getting charged. Nothing in life that is like, if it's a too good to be true moment, it's too good to be true. Like, this is too good to be true. Nothing is free in life. So I'm getting charged. There's probably an upcharge now. So, but that's all I got. That's it. That's all I did.
Cool. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that. Like I said, I didn't do a lot because I have done a lot. I just don't remember everything. There's so much going on. So
I went wheeling.
but anyway. Oh yeah, Mike went wheeling. Oh God. Okay, Mike.
You guys
Table
know
that.
If you're trying to get out of here, we can talk about it next week.
That's what I'm saying. Like, table that. Let's do it next week in the studio because it'll be better
No, absolutely, yeah.
than trying to do it over Discord.
Okay, but it's not ideal, obviously.
No, yeah. It'll be too hard to edit all that. So cool. Well, we gave him an hour. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Got to listen to Ian's story. I'm going to go grab that card and try to make something of this podcast and get it up before midnight and go to bed. So that's what's going on.
Yes.
Cool. You guys know where to find us on YouTube at Total Off-Road Podcast. Search anywhere, you'll find us pretty quickly. Instagram, total_offroad_podcast. And if you're not already in the Trail Riders group, go answer the 2 questions and get into the Trail Riders group on Facebook, Total Off-Road Podcast Trail Riders. Other than that, I don't think we got anything else other than the website. Go check out the website. We got some new reviews. I don't have them pulled up. We will do that next week. I'm going to put that in my notes right now for new reviews next week. So we will do all that next week. And thanks for joining us for episode 74. And we'll catch you guys on the trail.